Oh, I think I saw something right there in front of him. Oh, I think I saw something right there in front of him. Super. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. This is Robert from Custodian File. Appreciate you tuning in. Okay, what do we have here? We have a regular flyby chopper getting tagged by a UFO Dragon over the Jetty Rocks right there. Very predictable. 8% of the time, they do trigger the X and K band spectrum, or you can get an audio click. As you can see here, there was a tiny tap, tiny click. You can hear it in real time and slow motion. So if you're recording this yourself, look for those tiny taps or clicks. Took me years to realize it was there. I kept ignoring it. I was hearing it, but I just kept ignoring it as just contamination maybe. But after 3 or 4 years, I finally figured out 1 and 1's 2, and now what the click is, I don't know, but I could tell you that it's not analog because at 5,000 feet it should have took 7 seconds for the sound to get to the camera. So it's really more RF digital. And other than that, your guess is as good as mine. It's easier to hear the click, by the way, if you're behind a glass door, aka like a sound chamber. It is more pronounced, and that's what's happening here. It happens like 8% of the time. Hard to come by, but sometimes they get pretty loud too. Great, let's go to the next here. Okay, super. What we have here is the Coast Guard coming by. See the flagpole, the Jetty Rocks. Look at that UFO Dragon, how fast it is. Also, we have a research vessel that's come back. There he is. The Ocean Titan. Look it up on vesselfinder.net. You can see him sitting there in the water. He's been there for like 2 weeks now. So it looks like he's not in a hurry to leave. I've seen this activity 4 or 5 years ago. It's hard to say. 4 or 5 years ago, they stayed for 9 months, but I don't think he'll do that again. Maybe he'll stay there for 30 days. Nevertheless, Coast Guard flies by. And because of the overcast, I almost totally missed it, but I did see the Dragon, 3,000 feet per second, 2,000 miles an hour. I know this is a lot. If you're new to the channel, this is a lot. This is just very tricky to keep up with. These small objects are not birds or bugs. Check out some other videos if you think these are birds or bugs. Please check out some other videos. I'll answer all your questions, or some of my viewers will answer your questions. So feel free to reach out, or if you have your own UFO Dragon video, send to custodianfile@gmail. All right, let's go to the next. Super, we're right here. We got the LAPD and we have 3 dragons. I don't know if they're, I think 2 of them are, there's at least 2. Look at these things, contrast. I guess here we go. Yeah, we got 3 separate dragons here. Slowed it down as much as possible. With the fog and the haze, that really gets in the way. But nevertheless, when you look at this, when you slow it down, look at that. They're all over the sky. It's just very common, and anyone could do this. Just take your phone, cell phone, hold a landscape, zoom in a little bit, not too close. For about 30 seconds, you'll see a dot. That dot is the UFO Dragon. They're dragons because I thought they were dragonflies. Let me show you some images of what a real dragonfly looks like. Okay, super. Okay, this is from John, Pasadena. Thank you, John. This is what a real dragonfly looks like. When I saw these UFOs 7 years ago, I had to assume they were dragonflies. They're not birds. So this is a video that I have, an interpolated video of a real dragonfly. Because I had no reference point. So again, my assumption, if you're new to the channel, my assumption was your assumption, which it is right now. And that was my assumption 7 years ago. Here's what a real dragonfly interpolation looks like. Maybe you're thinking, you know, Robert, that looks nothing like a UFO dragon. No, it does not now, but I didn't know that 7 years ago. What would have been your guess? I think you would have put money on a dragonfly too. And then, of course, I was like, dragonflies have 4 wings and a long tail, and that's nothing like a UFO dragon. It's just, but I was a big supporter of the bug theory in the beginning. Had to be. Why am I recording dragonflies? I was just recording helicopters, and helicopters get tagged by these UFO dragons. But in this case, it's a real dragonfly, and there's the interpolation. And then plus, look how clear real bugs are. So bugs are not hard to record, but they are hard to find. Google will tell you bugs are disappearing. It's not like it used to be 30, 40 years ago. They're disappearing. Why? That's a whole other topic. But yeah, check it out. They're disappearing. It's not that easy to record a bug anymore. If you can't, go outside, record a bug, send it to me, please. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, let's go to the next. All right, April 18. Look at this. LAPD coming in, looking around. Look at this in slow motion. Look how fast that thing is, even in slow motion is 12%. You can look at the rotor blades as a reference point. So even at 12%, it's still, you can still miss them. Okay, this is at 3%. You see how slow the rotor blade's going? I had to really slow it down because it's just, you don't see these things. Forget about real time. You don't see them at all. I know I miss a lot of them and I delete the tape. But I do try to catch most of them and slow it down and show you. And look at this, coming right over us, a different research chopper coming in. Look how, again, look, he could easily fly between the rotor blades. At the speed this dragon is going, it would be no challenge whatsoever. He could easily fly, look, right there on top. He could easily, there's the jetty rocks. You fly over the jetty rocks. You're saying, is there an underwater base? It really looks like it. The military, the police are always circling the jetty rocks right there. About 30 miles north is Malibu underground base. There's a very odd underwater structure. It's probably 1 and 1's 2. That's most likely what's going on here. So all I could do is record the data, post it, and you decide. But if you've been watching the channel, you see it's overwhelming. I have over 4,000 of these videos, and I have even more now because people are just sending them to Pasadena, California, East LA, Florida, Chip. I mean, really, I think they're coming in from the UK, Brazil. This is a flock of birds right here. Look at this. There's a reference point. See, a flock of birds, and we have dragons. Easy video. You can do this. Anyone can do this. Don't make the assumption, Robert, these are just bugs and birds and you don't know what you're talking about. I have a heavy science background, clinical pharmacist. I know my stuff. I don't make a big deal about it. I know my stuff. Go outside, record this, take the Dragon Challenge. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. Record helicopters, airplanes, Earth drones, just a regular Earth drone. Launch it and record it. You'll see these things fly by. Feel free to reach out, ask questions anytime. Okay, let's go to the next. Super, Chip in Florida. Look at this video here. Just focusing on an airplane, and this huge UFO happens to just fly by. This is also known as one of these cigars or cigarette shapes, whatever you want, pencils. I think as long as we just stick with the same terminology, pencil, cigar, doesn't matter. This has got to be a really big ship. I mean, this is seriously, there's a crew on that ship. Why are they flying around Florida so much? Who knows? Who just knows? But take your camera, start pointing it at the sky, start recording aircraft and see what you catch. And I had to slow this down 64 times. So if you miss it, it's okay. They're invisible to the human eye. So your camera will see it. Your digital camera will see it, preferably 4K 60 frames. Go to your settings, put it on 4K 60 frames. Take the challenge. You'd be surprised what you'll accidentally catch. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, let's go to the next video. Super, okay, Brown Drawer. Thank you very much, sir. Look at this. He's right over there in East LA, right over the runway in the sky from the north and from the east. They're just coming into LAX. And all these planes, all of them are getting tagged. Very predictable, extremely predictable, like science is supposed to be predictable, right? Well, that's what this is. That's what this new science is. Whatever these small UFOs are, they're predictable. The psychology, evidently they're reconning. They're reconning our aircraft over and over. They don't go on the assumption, oh, I saw that plane last week, I'm not going to recon it. They do not make it. They do the opposite assumption. Everyone gets recon, and if you're doing anything suspicious, you get reconned again. What's suspicious? If you change your flight dynamics. Instead of at 8,000 feet, if you quickly go down to 7,000 or go up to 9,000. Any sudden moves like that will get the attention of the Dragon again, and they will come back and recon you. So thank you, Brown Dwarf. You're hitting it out of the park. You're just doing a fantastic job. They got the Black Hawks, they have the Coast Guard, Apaches. They're all over him, and he's just getting new Dragon video every day. This is something else. So listen, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll try to speak louder. If you're not hearing me, I'll try to speak louder. Until the next video, stay safe. This is Robert from Custodian File. Bye-bye.